Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Monday Live Angel Message with Rachel Scoltock. I'm an angel medium, an energy therapy expert, and a spiritual teacher. I hold retreats and workshops and webinars. And today, Monday, the 17th of February, 2020, this morning, I couldn't do my Monday message because I was presenting my Open Your Energy Centers or Open Your Energy Channels webinar. So I'm a little bit later today, but that doesn't matter. It's really, really good to be here. So the messages for today, I'm going to be getting from the Archangel Michael deck, and I'm going to come to those in a minute. And I'm going to be talking to you about how to heal your energy so that you can raise your vibration, so that you can invite in new positive experiences, new positive energies, raise up your experience, really, whether that's, in whatever part of your life that you are working on at the moment, that you're wanting to change or improve. This technique will show you how to do that. So let's get going with the reading first, because I know some of you come on especially for the reading and you like to see that. So I've already pulled the cards because I really felt drawn to today. And this was from the Archangel Michael deck, which is a really old deck that I've had for a long time and I haven't used for you guys. So as an angel medium, I do readings pretty much every single day in my working life. But this is a group reading. This is a reading for you as an individual, and you will receive messages, insights, synchronicity, guidance whilst you're listening to the reading. So if it seems to be directly for you, know that the angels are using me as a channel to bring the message to you, even though it is for everybody. So there'll be aspects that resonate with you. Maybe the whole reading will resonate with you this week. And then there'll be aspects that don't resonate with you. But on reflection, you might realize actually that does have meaning for me this week. So I'm pulling 3 cards. And the 3-card reading starts with the present situation. What is affecting us at the moment? What is going on in mass consciousness, in our energy, in the ascension shifts? And what do the angels want you to particularly know right now? So this first card with Archangel Michael, look, there's a Native American figure on a horse. And there's this beautiful landscape behind. And he seems to be galloping off in a new direction. Actually, it's a unicorn that he's on, and he's got the wings. So the title of this card is Explore Your Options. And this is talking about the current situation for you at the moment, the things that you need to be thinking about that are coming up for you right now in your life, applying to whatever situation is highest on your mind. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi, Tracy. So this one is saying to you that it's time for you to look for new options, look for new ways of doing things, look for a new situation, because you've been putting up with something, maybe a couple of things, for too long, and you've been maybe rationalizing it, justifying it, defending it, but deep down you're not happy with it. Deep down you know it doesn't fit for you. And every now and then, because this situation doesn't fit for you, it will feel like it's making you a little bit crazy. You'll be like, oh my God, I can't sort this out. And what the angels are saying to you is it's very good that you have such strong resilience, that you have the tools to get through tough times, but you're actually not meant to live your life that way. And, it can make you have more cortisol and other stress chemicals. It can make you, tense. It can create extra stress in your life. So whatever it is, whether it's your job, your relationship, your finances, the place that you live in, maybe there's an old saucepan that you've been using and it's broken and you burn yourself every time you use it. You know what I'm saying? That's just an analogy, that there are things that are showing themselves to you that it's time to change. And instead of actually looking at it and allowing yourself to say, right, okay, I've got to make a change here. I've got to call on my angels. You've been justifying it and then pushing that job aside or pushing it into the future. And the angels are saying, no, stop. Now it's time to do some research and explore your options. You don't have to actually make the change just yet, but now's the time to start looking into what are your options. And part of that is a physical search. You might need to do internet searches. You might need to talk to your friends or a counselor or a good coach about what you can do, what are possibilities. But it's also about getting into meditation and calling in the angels and letting them know, like, I'm done with this. I need something new, or I need a new way of doing it at least. So what is showing up for you right now where you could do with a different approach or something completely new? And what the angels are saying to me is, don't limit yourself. Don't think to yourself, oh, that's not possible, or that's too expensive, or that'll never happen, because you just don't know. Once you expand and open your heart and your mind and you call on the angels and you ask for divine help with faith and belief, and you cleanse away all of those fears and that scarcity thinking, like, oh, there's not enough, or I could never do that, or there's no way, then that way will open for you. Something can happen. So I'll read you the prayer that's on this card. Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love in helping me see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. So do you see, and this came up actually this morning in the chakra webinar that I did, where the angels are saying, it's time to up level, it's time to up level. Stop putting up with things, stop limiting yourself, stop holding yourself back. Just delve into that strength and courage that you have. Call on divine love, clear away, have some meditations that clear away blocking energies, and call up your courage so that you are ready to make this change. Because they're saying now is the time. Now is the time. So I think that's a beautiful message for everybody. Now, this is the guidance card. Your first card is always present situation. What's the theme of the reading? The second card is, matches my top, is prayer will help this situation. Now, again, we see an angel with our hands together in prayer. Notice that they're over the heart chakra. Her light is illuminated really bright. And the message is, prayer is going to help you. Now, prayer isn't just about asking for help. There's an energy that comes over you, that comes over all of us when we pray. And it's not about supplication. It's really about, it's about calling on that energy and activating your faith and calling in the energies within you to connect with your source and to expand that sort of, oh, it's not just me by myself, and my brain by itself has got to figure this all out. It's about opening to that bigger power to come in, and the divine mind to come in with the intelligence and the messages and the guidance. And you'll get that aha moment. You'll get synchronicity. Something will happen. Opportunities will flow. Because when you pray sincerely and you hold your hands together, this is an energy movement. It actually is like a mudra. You're bringing your energy together over your heart. You're calling up some pretty powerful energies. So this is going to help you no matter what is going on. Use prayer this week, and be careful of those little voices inside that say, oh, I can't be bothered, or that feels silly, or I'm embarrassed, or I'm ashamed, or it reminds me of something I don't like. Some people have been brought up in religions that are quite strict, and they want to move away from that. So ignore those negative voices that try to stop you from doing that, because it's so important that you call in that higher energy to help you at this time. Hey, Tracy Campbell and Tracy. Joe is here. Hi, Joe. Hey, Tara and Dee. And I can see a lot of other people are here too. Lovely to see you. So, dear God and Archangel Michael and anyone else that you pray to, so who are your guardians, who are your guides, who are your favorite ascended masters to call in? I ask for your divine intervention and I welcome your help. I trust and follow your guidance. And isn't that the important bit, is that we trust? I need a miracle and I ask that you send one to me in this situation quickly. So they're saying to you, as soon as you put your attention on something and say, you know what, I want to change. It's about making a decision. I'm committed to making a change. I'm committed to not struggling anymore. And you call on divine help, things can happen quite quickly. And then the outcome card for this week. Now, I'm going to pull another card out for this. So first we look at the picture and we see all of a sudden the girl the figure that was praying, which is, you know, like symbolic of you, is no longer alone. The angel has come down, right? There's a rainbow beside her. There's all this immense light in this picture. She's almost, you can't see her because of the light. So this energy starts to rush in to help you. And you're being asked to keep the prayers going for the rest of the week, to keep calling on that energy. Now, one of the things that you can do is write. Now, the title of this card is Write About Your Thoughts and Feelings. So there is some emptying out to do. There are things in your heart and your mind that perhaps have been squished and squashed under all of the busyness, the clutter of everything else, maybe other people's needs and expectations of you. And the angels want you to get them out on paper. So write about your thoughts and feelings, write about what you don't like, and maybe commit to tearing up that paper once you've written it all out, or burning it, or putting it in hot water so that the paper dissolves, and then throw it away. Or then go on to write about what you really want. So sometimes we've got to empty out what's in there, and it's kind of like scraping the algae off the top of a pond. You can't get clarity until you've emptied out, and writing is a really good way of doing that. But writing is also an awesome way to get in touch with your angels. And we're probably, when we write, we're sometimes a little less edited than when we're speaking. So, you know, you can get your thoughts, feelings, and the truth out on the page, and you may write for 2 pages, and then then you get inspired because you've made yourself a channel. Okay, here's the 4th card that's come out for you for this week. So this is the 17th till the 23rd of February, and the outcome is believe and trust. So you see now we've moved away and we've been guided through the forest out of the darkness into the light. So you're going to be taken on a pathway which is going to lead you to your ideal outcome. And so you're being guided, and you have to trust that guidance and follow that guidance. So before you go to sleep, ask, angels, please enter my dreams. Help clear me of any fears that I have that are holding me back, that are keeping me stuck in smallness, you know. And help me to believe and trust so that I can be guided by the light rather than by my fears. So that's your reading for this week. Happy to take any questions if anyone's got any questions about that. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about as well, hey Tara, was something that came up beautifully this morning in the chakra clearing session, the webinar. And the angels were talking about the throat chakra, and how the throat chakra, you know, it's blue, it's depicted as blue or turquoise, and it's all about your unique voice and your unique expression. So there's many things that the throat chakra covers, like trust. You know, if you don't trust, if you have a lot of fear, you can sometimes experience tightness of the throat. But mostly it's about expressing yourself. So spoken aloud in your mind, especially spoken aloud, and also in writing. And one of the things that they were talking about was that if you're ready to step into your life purpose, you're ready to move your life forward, you really want to go for your dreams. And I really believe that 2020 is about this. We're getting on track. We're stepping forward. Even if we're not completing it this year, we're having the clarity about what's next. And I know I've heard from so many of you that you're already getting some really amazing things happening, some results. You know, miracles are happening. People are meeting their beautiful partner. Other people have moved jobs. Some people are doing all of the above, moving house. So you're getting the clarity in order to move forward. And if you're feeling stuck in any way, it can be because there is something in the heart chakra that's not coming out to give you that clarity. So there's fear, there is blockages. And one of the major blockages that will hold you back and will not allow you to raise your vibration, will keep you stuck for a very long time going around and around in circles, is resentment. Resentment and unforgiveness. If you are holding resentment against anybody at all, and you are speaking about it to your friends and family, you're thinking about it in your mind, and you're not allowing yourself to move forward with it. And I do understand, like, I've been through my fair share of things that have happened, bullies and that kind of thing, where it is hard to get yourself out of that vibration, because there is an energy that comes with trauma, abuse, bullying, conflict-driven relationships, being ripped off, all of those things. They are their own vibration. It's a very dark, heavy vibration, and you can end up being sort of trapped in it, like a pair of claws caught into you. But what is actually happening is that there is a cord between you and this other situation and this person. Sometimes there's more than one person involved. And this cord, over time, the more that you talk about the situation, the more that you think about that situation, the more that it comes up for you and it triggers you, the more thick this cord will become. And of course, there is toxic energy flowing between you and the person or people involved and the situation back in time. And that cord gets thicker and thicker. And so with having the cord, the energy that flows in between you means that you are not free of it. So it's naturally stimulating your mind to think about that other person, to think about that situation. And so you can be in danger of starting to absorb that negativity into your own being, and it can change you. It can change you. It starts to become a part of who you are, even though you may speak to your angels, you may work with crystals and energy, you might be a strong believer in the divine, but the negative energy starts to work its sneaky poison on you, and you start to get pulled down. And so when you get pulled down, you're being pulled down into the vibration of the situation that hurt you in the first place. You are remaining connected to that situation, and it makes it harder to let go. And your ego doesn't want to let go, because your ego always wants to be right. So it's so, so important that you forgive and you let go, that you cut that cord. You can ask Archangel Michael to cut the cords between yourself and other people, because what's happening is not only is your life force energy disappearing out to that other person, but their negativity and the negativity of what happened is coming down the pipe to you. So you're losing energy and you're gaining negative energy. You're losing energy, gaining negative energy. It can cause pain, physical pain. I've cut cords off of people that have been on their back and they've had crippling pain for their last 10 years. And then that pain is released when that cord is released. But the worst thing about it is the mental pain, because we do know that energetically things will show up in the physical if we don't clear ourselves of them. So cord cutting is forgiveness. And I always call it the F word, because whenever I run workshops or put posts up that are about forgiveness, people don't like them. They're probably my least popular posts, apart from when I'm promoting an event. So the word forgive upsets people. And why do you think that is? Does anyone want to have a stab at that? Why do you think it feels so hard, or it triggers people, or you feel triggered when you see, I'm just going to shut some things down, when you see the word forgiveness? Does anyone want to put a comment? So when you think about forgiving someone, all right, I've got to forgive that person that hurt me. Think of someone who comes up when you think, who do I have to forgive? Who are you holding resentment towards, or who has hurt you the most? And no one's willing to have a stab at it. So the reason it triggers people is because it triggers our ego. Because our ego wants to be right, and our ego doesn't want to let a person off the hook. And our ego feels that if we forgive them, that we're letting them off the hook, and that we're somehow losing, and that we're somehow allowing that person to win. And that's not the truth about forgiveness at all. And that's why I bring it down to cord cutting, because when you cut the cords, you are severing your attachment. It's hard work, Tracy says. And Joe says, because there is an expectation that I have to be okay with what is done with me. Yeah, well done. So you don't have to be okay with what was done. In fact, you don't have to forgive what was done. You just have to forgive the person because the forgiving is for you, it's for the giver, it's for the person who is giving. It's like, do I want to be right? Do I want to be hold on to this for a long time and not let it go? Or do I want to be free and peaceful and raise my vibration? And the truth is if you want to stay unforgiving and holding that resentment and hurt close to you, you are literally holding yourself in that vibration of that person, of what that person did in that moment, whether it was the nastiness, whether it was taking something from you. You are holding yourself in that vibration. And so when you try to raise your vibration, you will ping back pretty quickly, and it will only be temporary. And of course, when we raise our vibration, it's new age speak for raising your vibration means coming to a higher level of emotional feeling. So positive emotions, joy, happiness, inner peace, freedom, freeing yourself from the lower vibrations of fear, negativity, resentment, self-doubt. You also forgive yourself, because whenever something happens to us and we don't forgive it, we automatically, we can't be judgmental towards another person without being judgmental towards yourself. So, a perfect example of that is somebody who judges harshly what other people look like and then spends a lot of time worrying about what they look like, because the expectation is, if I'm judging, then everyone else will be judging me. So forgiving, it means that you also you forgive yourself for allowing whatever happened to happen, for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, for letting that person in your life. That's very honest. Joe says, plus I want to wallow in it. Okay. I only have inappropriate comments from my ego, says Dee. So yeah, so wallowing in it is something that feels good for a short term, because you get to feel right, you get to express your emotions, which there's nothing wrong with letting yourself cry or whatever, but it holds you back on a much bigger level. So if you really do want your life to move forward, you want to lift your life to a new level financially, spiritually, emotionally, relationship-wise, and have a better experience, forgiveness is key. It opens your heart, it aligns your chakras, it lets your body relax, it stops you releasing all of the stress hormones, you look better, you sparkle, and you literally let go of this draining energy and low frequency experience that you've had. And you avoid being controlled by what happened and by negative energy. So let's do a quick cord cutting now, because I don't want to leave you with that. If you're ready and willing, it doesn't have to be hard work. It's just a decision that you make. And then you have to just edit your thoughts. You have to go, okay, I've started thinking about that again now, and cut the cord, send the blessings, and let it go and focus on myself. So I want you to imagine the person or persons that you are ready to let go of your resentment and unforgiveness towards. And feel your feelings towards them. There's nothing wrong with your feelings. They're just feelings. And then tune into where that seems to be strongest in your body. So is it your head? Is it your throat, your chest, your solar plexus, maybe? Your second chakra down at the sacral navel area, or your base chakra, or maybe it's another part of your body. First thought is probably the best. Put your hand over that area for a second and imagine how thick you think this cord is. And only you know how much energy you've been giving this person, this situation. And then when you've connected with that cord, you make a decision. Do I want to be free? Do I want to let go of this person's intrusion into my energy field and my mind? Do I want to now raise my vibration and think about something that you've been asking for a long time but doesn't seem to want to leave you, or doesn't seem to want to come? So, and then imagine that you having this cord to this person, this unforgiveness that you don't want to let go of because you want to be right and you want to wallow in it and you want to be a victim and you want to tell people about how victimized and persecuted you are. We all do it. And then take a big deep breath and ask yourself, am I willing to let this go? And there is a part of you that does want to let it go. Take a big deep breath and say, Archangel Michael, please cut this cord. I'm ready to let it go. It doesn't matter what they did. There's a lesson and a blessing at the core of it. But what's even better than that is that there are blessings on the other side of this that you haven't yet seen or been able to welcome in. Take a big deep breath. And Archangel Michael, I'm asking you to now cut these cords and transmute them immediately to the light. And I want you to allow the image of the person or situation to float away from you with the cord. Let the angels take. You might see the angels pick them up and take them out of your energetic, physical, and emotional grasp. And then think about what you want in exchange. Welcome in peace, welcome in love, welcome in healing energy. And feel it coming into that spot in your energy and your body where that cord was hooked in. Whew. I forgive you, I release you, and I let you go. I am no longer willing to be held, imprisoned by my feelings of resentment. And just give it to the angels if you want to. You can say, angels, I don't want to deal with this anymore. You deal with it. And if you can find it in your heart, your spiritual heart, your light worker heart, I want you to send blessings to that person. It's not your personal love. You're not saying it's okay what you did, but what you are doing is saying that person too is a divine child of God. They are on their own life journey. They are a soul at core, and their ego personality is probably the part that hurt you, not their soul. And therefore, I send them blessings in the name of releasing forever. Send them on their way. And so it is. Okay, well done, everyone. Well done, everybody. So remember, now you've let go and you've forgiven. You now have to watch what you say, because the frequency of your voice is what creates chords. You're talking about it. You're telling people about it. You're thinking about it. You boost the energy back up. If you want that chord to come back, talk about it. So now you have to talk about things that you want, not what you don't want. Okay, when you go and see your healer, or you want some therapy about something, you talk about it and then just put it in a golden box and send it to the angels. You're doing it in the name of therapy. But if you're doing it just to moan, then you're not trying to change. You're just holding yourself in the victim persecution vibration, which is not where you need to be. There are good things coming to you and you have power. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for being a part of this today. Thanks, Dee. And let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought. It really helps me because, here I am in my office getting my makeup and my dress on to speak to you every Monday. I would love to know what you think of these and if they work for you. Lots of love. Have a great week.